UK-Ukraine relations right now. What's happening? Keir Starmer confirmed support for Ukraine on his very first day as Prime Minister on the 5th of July 2024, telling President Zelensky that the change of government would not change Britain's backing for Ukraine. The current Russia-Ukraine war began on the 24th of February 2022 when Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. However, fighting between the two countries had already been ongoing since 2014. What has the UK actually given Ukraine? Billions of pounds in financial support, Challenger 2 tanks and Storm Shadow long-range missiles, air defense systems and thousands of drones, artillery guns and ammunition training for tens of thousands of Ukrainian soldiers, medical and humanitarian aid support for Ukraine's energy system. Do you think the UK has given too much, too little, or the right amount of support to Ukraine? The Ukraine war didn't just start randomly. Here's what actually caused it. In 2014, Russia took control of Crimea, a region that belonged to Ukraine. Around the same time, fighting also began in eastern Ukraine between Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed groups. Tensions kept rising over the years, especially as Ukraine started moving closer to the European Union and NATO, which Russia strongly opposed. Then in February 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, turning a long conflict into a major war. So the war didn't come out of nowhere. It escalated over almost a decade. Let's answer a few questions people often ask about this. Question 1. Why it's still going? The war is still ongoing because both sides have strong military positions and different goals. Ukraine is trying to defend its territory, while Russia is trying to maintain control over occupied areas. Peace talks have, but no full agreement has been reached. Question 2. How it affects the world. The war has had a global impact, affecting energy prices, food supplies, and international relations. Many countries in Europe have also taken in millions of Ukrainian refugees. Question 3. Why the UK is involved. The UK is involved because it supports Ukraine with military aid, training, and sanctions against Russia. It is also part of NATO, which works together on European security. Question 4. So what's happening right now? At the moment, the UK is not expected to go to war. The UK is supporting Ukraine through aid and sanctions, but it is not directly fighting Russia. However, the situation is part of a wider conflict involving NATO countries, so tensions are being closely monitored. UK clamps down on shady networks supplying Putin's illegal war with new sanctions package. UK announces major new sanctions package choking off Russia's war effort across multiple fronts. UK announces 70 new sanctions targeting Russia's decrepit shadow fleet, military procurement, supply chains, and illicit finance networks used to circumvent sanctions. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said these sanctions target the vessels, the money, and the actors propping up Russia's war economy and in turn threatening European security. The UK has given £1.2 billion in support to Ukraine since the war began, including over £577 million in humanitarian aid. It is also planning up to £283 million more for 2025-2026 to help with aid, energy, rebuilding, and recovery. But with the war still ongoing, the biggest question now is, what happens next?